Jason. Really? That guy's fluent. Good morning, folks. This is Saturday morning's first match. Mike versus Benji. This is a race to 6. This is the King of the Valley tournament where all players are Yakima Valley residents, hence the King of the Valley name. Currently, Benji is at the table making his run. Benji's been in the pool community around here for many years. He's been in the top player arena for a good chunk of that. For as long as I've known him, he's been a really strong player, and you'll see plenty of it today. He has a bad habit of all the body movement, but if you look closely, most of his body movement is after contact. That's what it still allows him to be very accurate. And it looks like Benji's going to take the early lead, 1-0. This is 10 ball with alternate break. Your opponent racks, we are using magic racks. The 3 foul rule is in effect, so you shall see if we have any of that in this match. I don't think we will because both players are very aggressive players. Oh, I forgot. So at the table is Mike. Looks to have dry broke. Benji will come back. And the link for the live stream is posted on the Yakima Pool Tournament's Facebook page, my Facebook page, Crystal Davis's Facebook page, and the digital pool bracket is also posted on those 3 pages. So you can check out the bracket there and follow along, watch our stream. That was a nice draw shot by Mike. Got him down nice tight to the 8. I do not know if it passes the 9, but even if it doesn't, there's a great safety there. But I think he might have a half a pocket, and he's going to play into it, I think. Well, he opted for the safety, but he failed to get a rail, which gives Benji ball in hand. Lucky for Benji, because that would have been a good one, because it had taken away the 1 rail kick to the side, as in this way, or even the 2 rail like that. Cue ball being here would have taken that away, and he would have had to go up table and down. But now he's going to go up 2-0 with the break. So those of you watching, you can say hello in the chat room, in the chat of the stream. Let us know where you're from or who's watching. So if you haven't looked at the bracket, Table 2 is Eli versus Lee Kuyet. Table 3 is John Untouch versus Jason Cunningham. Table 4 is Ruben Flores versus Troy Payne. All solid matches, I'm sure. And then, of course, table 1, here we have Benji and Mike. For those of you who are curious about last night's matches, we had Josh Anderson versus Buddy Blackburn. Josh won that 6-0. Table 2 was Nick Lopez versus Tony Claro, and Nick won that one 6-2. Table 3 was Scott Zurich versus Joe Pleasant. Scott won that 6-0. Table 4 was Jerry Payne versus Willie Wong, and Jerry won that 6-4. He was up 3-0 on Willie there for a little while, then Willie decided to make his comeback and make Jerry sweat a little bit. But all the matches were pretty good. We did not have live stream last night. I had some internet issues, but we were able to get those resolved. And here we are, back on the stream. So Benji has a tough shot on the 2, whether he jumps it to come in this way or this way. It looks like he's going with the short rail. And there was no rail after contact. Benji came in this way, clipped the 2, but then after contact, nothing hit a rail, which gives Mike the ball in hand. So we'll see what Mike can do with that. And the reason why Benji went short rail this way is because where the 2 was sitting next to the 9 right in this area, it made the 2 very small if he'd have come to the long rail first. So he went to the short rail first, which made that 2 ball, a bigger ball, bigger target to hit. So unfortunately for Mike, he was planning to follow the cue ball down, probably somewhere in this area, to play the 3 to this pocket, but the line he chose, his tangent line in the follow, was to the side pocket, and therefore it scratched. Giving Benji ball in hand. Benji will probably pocket this and then go for the 4-10 combo. And the combo was successful. Benji takes a 3-0 lead, and now it is Mike's rack and break. Correction of Benji's rack and break. Mike opted for a Mass A to bend it through the window of the 4.8 through here. Ended up hitting it well. That's a low percentage shot that most will not go for, but he pulled it off. And now he's looking at the 3 in the side, which is really good shape considering the Mass A. You know, that's spin loading a ball, but he ended up missing it due to the difficult shape of the 4, which he was able to get the bump on it, but unfortunately cheating the pocket too much, he missed, leaving BENJIE a combo on 3-7 to the corner. And I can tell you, if you're looking, the 4 ball does pass to this corner, and BENJIE played shape for that. And if he pockets this, I'm going to say it's high probability BENJIE will run this rack out. Oh, commentator curse perhaps, and a good opportunity for Mike to get on the board. So Rodney Barney in the chat room, he says BENJIE is looking really comfortable, and I have to agree. He's not feeling much pressure, but you know that's due in part to Mike not being on the board yet. But yeah, he's shooting well, and that's always going to help your confidence. Mike failed to get out in the last one, which you know, is not going to help on his confidence none, but maybe right here, maybe this rack will be where he can get himself going. It is tough to play early in the morning, but Mike has enough experience that he'll figure it out. So Benji pocketed the one ball, scratched on the break, giving Mike ball in hand. He pockets two, ends up maybe with a little bit more angle than he would have liked on the three, but it's still very doable. So that he cut with a little bit of right English, it appears, and that's what threw the three ball out. Whereas I would have hit that with a little draw to make the cue ball come out like this, versus the right make it come across this way, because if it doesn't come back out, you're blocked by the 7. Playing just a little punt, soft draw, so the cue ball comes out into this area. You have a large window of shape to play. He ended up hitting that a little thick, so too much of the 6 ball, and that's why he ended up with the angle that hit the 8 instead of being able to get by it. Hitting in the 10 was a little unfortunate. He's on the 50-yard line, but he should be able to draw over to here. So he left himself a tough shot on the 9 had he made the 8. I don't know if that 8 is cuttable or not. It looks to be on the side rail a little bit. So no matter what Mike does here, if he's playing offense, he is going to have a very difficult shot on the 9 if he pockets this 8. I think it's too close to back bank, but it may work. Wow, he hit that pretty well, but then to hang it there is pretty brutal. So now Benji needs to put a little low left to come out this way. If I could draw a straight line, he'd have been right on it. So now it's just pocket the ball, natural shape, no matter where you end up. And just like that, he has a great shot on the 10 to take a 5-0 lead. It's a races. So with Benji on the hill, that adds a lot more pressure to Mike, because every mistake could be critical, because Benji can run tables, so you don't really want to give him opportunities. Table 2, the score looks to be 2-1. I am not sure who's up, Eli or Lee. Table 3, Jason and John appear to be tied at 1-1. Table 4, Troy and Ruben appear to be tied 1-1 as well. So Mike's break, he pockets the 8 in the side, has a shot on the 1. Not the best shot, but you almost, if you're going to play offensive, you almost have to try to play for the side, even though it's a tiny pocket, so that the cue ball can get out to the 2. A bank will just leave the cue ball up table, which would leave you nothing on the 2 ball. So he called to play a super thin back cut this way. I don't know if But that's, oh, okay, so he played a smart shot, he played it safe. I cannot tell if Benjie has a window through here or not. Maybe not. He might have to go a little rail first or bend it a little bit. So we shall see. Well, apparently he could see it all, and he fired at it, and everything is rolling Benjie's way at the moment for to hit at that speed and just kind of send the cue ball running for it to end up with a nice shot on the two. It's very fortunate. And then he just played a great shot to get up back up table for the 3. So he's got a lot more angle on the 4 than he would have liked, but it does go, and he can up roll forward and bump into the 5-7, even though the 5 goes to both corners on the bottom of the table. So now he has a tough back cut this way. Oh, well, he undercut it, but was fortunate enough that the 5 did not sit right in front of the pocket. It does not cut, so this is definitely where you would want to play it safety, but we shall see. Mike has called the bank. He may be playing a 2-way, which most of you know. Those that know me know I am not a fan of 2-way shots. And everything is going against Mike right now. Leaves the 5 right in front of the pocket. So this, Benjie will just draw back just a little bit and then shoot the 6 in this corner, is what I'm thinking. Okay, so he opted to slow roll, but basically the same pattern. And then with that little bit of angle, it should be able to drift over here. Unless he wants to shoot the 7 on the side, he can draw down below it. So he opted for the side pocket. And the angle he's sitting at right now is not bad, because he could always come 2 rail this way at it. He opted to check it with a lot of inside. Hit it perfectly. Too much angle would have been tough as where the 9 ball is in relation to the side, but he ended up pretty nicely on it. And now he has a great look at the 10 ball for the win. Okay, so Benjie takes that one, 6-0. And then we'll see if we can play the next match. If we can, we'll get that up and running.